everybody, Simistic this year again to talk to you about what I bought and what I watched today. And today, picked up a ton of great TV seasons, a few movies, and I even got myself a brand new HD DVD player, so let's take a look at what I got. The first one we'll talk about is my new HD DVD player, and this year is a Toshiba HD A30. Now, this year is the second one of these I have. I already have this is the exact same model at home. However, the reason why I decided to buy my fourth HD DVD player is because since I'm moving into a new house, and I did hook up an HD DVD player to the TV, the HD TV in my media room, I really wanted another HD TV for the family room to just hook up to our family TV. However, the first three I have, one of them is out of box. That is the one I have currently hooked up in my media room, and the other two are still in box. And I just didn't want to take them out of the box. It's just so nice to have just HD DVD players still in the box with all their styrofoam and all their packaging and whatnot. I just didn't want to take them out of the box, so I decided to buy another one. Found a guy selling this off of Craigslist, got it for 40 bucks, figured that was a good deal. So had to get another one just to have to play on the family TV. Definitely looking forward to checking out some movies on this. So after I was done getting the HD DVD player, I decided to stop in at my local Best Buy. Hadn't been in the store in a while, just figured I'd go in, see if they had anything on sale. And they actually had a couple TV seasons on sale, so I ended up picking up actually a decent amount of TV seasons. And I ended up spending a lot more today than I normally spend in one haul, but there were some great seasons, all on sale for $9.99 a piece, so I figured I'd pick a couple up, and the first ones I picked up were the complete first, second, and third season of The Andy Griffith Show. Loved this show, used to watch it all the time as a kid, and I just recently picked up the last season for $5 on DVD, so I definitely want to get all the other seasons. So for $9.99 each, definitely had to pick these up. Can't wait to check it out. I have not seen the show since I was a little kid, so definitely looking forward to checking this one out. The next two titles I picked up were the complete first and second season of Hercules. This year was a show that I never actually watched when it was on TV. I just always thought it was just really goofy, really cheesy, not really my thing. But recently I started watching episodes on the internet, and I actually got into this show. I think it's great. It is cheesy, it is goofy, it is ridiculous, but as you guys know, I'm actually kind of into that stuff now, so definitely wanted to pick these up. I knew they were out of print for a while. Now I guess it's Universal is putting them back out, so very excited about that. Can't wait to get all the rest of the seasons. Definitely looking forward to checking these out. And the last TV series I picked up was the first season of Frasier. A show that, just like Hercules, I never watched when it was on TV. I only started to recently get into this. My wife loves the show. Every time there's reruns on, she always watches it. So I started seeing more and more episodes that way, and I actually really enjoyed what I saw. I thought the show was pretty funny. So coming across this day for $9.99, figured I'd pick it up. Definitely looking forward to checking this one out as well. Now into the movies, and the first one I picked up was a triple feature set of all three Feast movies. I just recently got Feast on HD DVD, watched it, loved it, thought it was a fantastic creature feature movie. It really blew me away. I just thought it was amazing. If you like creature feature movies, check out Feast. You'll love it. Now I hear Feast 2 and Feast 3 aren't so good. Apparently they don't even come close to comparing to the original. But still, I look forward to checking them out. Also, I am a completist, so I have to get them anyway. But even though I hear they're bad, I still look forward to seeing them because I have a feeling I'm actually going to somewhat enjoy them. I love super cheeseball movies, and I thought Feast was pretty cheesy as well. So I look forward to checking them out. I'm curious to see if they're as good or as bad as everybody says they are, but how to pick this up. And the last title I picked up at Best Buy was Striptease. Got this one for $3.99. This year's a movie that I have not seen for many, many years. I've seen this movie once, saw it on TV, I think it was on HBO years ago, and I remember liking it. So I've wanted to pick it up ever since. However, I just never come across this at any pawn shops or flea markets or anything that used for cheap. Every time I come across this, it's in the store, and always for more than I want to pay. So getting this today for $4, thought it sounded good to me, definitely had to pick it up, and I'm looking forward to watching it again. So that's it for what I bought today, so now it's what I watched. And today I checked out The Big Year. This was a great movie. I don't know why this one didn't do so well in theaters. I know it was pretty much in and right out of theaters. I heard that it actually had something to do with the fact that how they marketed it. Apparently they marketed the movie as a very kind of like your typical slapsticky sort of comedy. And it's really not that kind of movie. I don't know why they marketed it like that. It really made no sense to me. This movie is simply about a bunch of guys who are really into bird watching. It stars Jack Black, Steve Martin, and Owen Wilson. And this movie is more or less a dramedy, more towards the comedy side of dramedy, but definitely a dramedy. It's about, again, three guys who are really into bird watching, or birding as they call it, and it's about how their hobby slash basically obsession kind of affects their lives and how they kind of have to learn that, as much as they love bird watching, it's not everything. They don't have to put their lives aside for it. They can have their lives kind of coincide. They can still love their hobby, do what they do, go bird watching, but at the same time, have a family and, just be a normal person, not just spend their lives constantly looking for birds. Now, what makes this a dramedy is the fact that there's issues that arise. For instance, Jack Black, he had a wife who divorced him because of his obsession. It's also sort of affecting his work a little bit. Steve Martin, he actually kind of learns to kind of kick back a little bit too, because he is a CEO of a company and he wants to retire and then he doesn't. And he wants to retire and then he doesn't. So he finally says, the hell with this, I am so done with working, I am finally retiring. So he finally does. And then we have Owen Wilson, who I think if I remember correctly, I know he had at least one wife before, but I think he might have had 2 wives before. And both marriages failed because of his obsession with bird watching. And he's like the #1 bird watcher in the world. They do this thing called a big year. And what a big year is, you go out and you try to see as many bird species as you possibly can in 1 year. And whoever does that is like the best bird watcher of that year. And Owen Wilson here is like the reigning champion. So Steve Martin and Jack Black, they want to go out and try to beat his record. So it's these 3 guys who don't know each other, and in the end they all kind of come together to know each other. Jack Black and Steve Martin become friends, and they end up kind of trying to go against Owen Wilson. Owen Wilson's, he's the big head honcho, so they want to beat him, and they try to do it separately, realize that probably won't happen, so they team up to beat him. Spoiler alert, in the end, they don't beat him. Owen Wilson does win, but that's the kicker. He wins, but at the cost of his new wife. He has a new wife who is pregnant with a kid, and he ends up losing her because of his obsession. He just basically spends a whole year away from her, and every time he comes back, he ends up leaving right away because he hears some new birds around, and something's going on where there's going to be a bunch of birds, so he needs to run off, and he ends up losing her because of his obsession, whereas Jack Black ends up finding a fellow bird watcher. He ends up falling in love with her, and they end up, he ends up realizing that she's more important than bird watching. Even though they can go bird watching together now and have a great time, she's still more important to him than any bird. And Steve Martin realizes that his family, his wife, and he has a son who just had a kid. He realizes that they're more important than bird watching, but at the same time they can still enjoy their hobby. Just put family first. Whereas Owen Wilson put himself and his hobby first and ended up losing out. So that's what makes it a dramedy. The fact that in the end, it's only a happy ending for 2 of our characters, but Owen Wilson here, it's not a happy ending. They actually show him, in the movie he mentions he wants to go to China to see what kind of birds they have there, and at the end they show him rewarding himself because he ends up being the best bird watcher for that year. He rewards himself with a trip to China, and they show him looking at a family with a baby, and basically that he realizes what he lost in order to be the best. So that's basically what the entire movie's about, but it's great. It's very funny, has some really good moments, but it also has a nice mix of drama in it too to make it more interesting, to make it not just your typical, slapstick, goofy, ridiculous comedy. It's got a bit more of a serious tone. It's got its funny moments, it's got its, enjoyable things. Jack Black does, a little bit of slapstick here and there, but the serious tone of the movie makes it more serious, makes it more enjoyable, makes it not just, another everyday, mediocre, goofy movie. It makes it something else, makes it stand out a bit. And like I said, don't really realize why it did so bad in theaters. It's a shame. It's a great movie, so I would definitely recommend this one. If you're into comedies, if you're into dramedies, it is definitely one to check out. I thought it was a fantastic movie. So that's it for what I bought when I watched today. Definitely excited about my new HD DVD player. Can't wait to hook it up to the family TV and watch some movies on it. Also really excited about all the TV series and the movies I picked up from Best Buy today. Spent a bit more than I initially anticipated on spending, but hey, I got a lot of really good stuff. And also watching The Big Year. I thought the movie was fantastic. I would definitely recommend it. Probably one of the best comedies slash dramedies I've seen in a good long while, so definitely check that one out. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to see what I bought when I watch tomorrow. See ya.